posted a video on my YouTube channel about a dually employed couple with kids, who engage my advisory services to see if they can retire early after funding the children's education. And is this that the couple's total annual income was above 1 million ringgit? And people were asking, if you earn more than 1 million a year, what is the problem? Well, in this day and age, I would say that earning 1 million a year as a husband and wife is actually not that rare. I've seen people's BE form, the tax declaration form in Malaysia, who earn more than like 7 figures. And those are really not business owners, and they are employed, very high on the corporate ladder. And of course, you plus all the incentives and bonuses, that is what their take home pay is. But when you earn more than 500,000 a year as a person, or even more than 1 million as a husband and wife and a household, people think there is no problem. But the fact is that is the exact reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, for a very plain reason. High income earners are very afraid of being judged when they seek for advice or second opinion for their personal finances. They cannot tell anybody about it. The higher you are in the corporate ladder, in the same analogy, right? Or the more money that you earn, actually the more lonely you are, because there are not many people within your social circle who can relate to the kind of problems that you face. Because for some of these people, what you feel is a problem is not even a problem, but that is not true. Money issues never disappear when you're a high net worth or a high income earner. They are just another level of different level of problems, and but these are actually better problems than have the typical not enough money problem or a debt problem faced by most people. People around high income earners cannot relate to these high income earners problem. But again, we can, right? Because we advise clients in similar situations. We solve their problems without judging them. So it's really amazing to make 1 million a year, but household income in your 40s, but then your money runs out by 80. Now, this is also a comment that I've seen, but the issue is not what they spend their money on. It's not the stupid things, but it's more of they spend money on their aspirations, their dreams, and their goals in life. If their goals or aspiration in life are to provide the best, for their children, not only by sending their children overseas for university education, but also, starting their children off with international school, which can cost more than like 10,000 a month for one children. At the same time, these high income earners want to enjoy their lives, and ensure that do not risk running out of money before they run out of life. So if they are able to achieve all that in this lifetime with the right balance, that is the definition of a good life. And a good life does not happen by chance. People who seek financial advice or coaching believe that decisions are far more interesting because decisions are something that's within their control, right? If you actively make decisions to better or whatever the life situation or circumstances that is being thrown at you, then you feel actually happier, because when people complain about life, mostly it's about circumstances that are beyond their control. But if you actively make good decision in life, it makes circumstances that happen to you or beyond your control stop mattering. A good life is defined by actively making informed decisions at every stage of your life, so that to ensure that you do not overlook anything important and you do not underestimate any financial risks that could disrupt your life goals, your life plans, your life aspiration, and your life dreams. When high income earners have multiple goals to achieve, and all these goals require money, right? Let's be clear on that. Money is not everything, but everything requires money. And the common response from people around them is that, well, if you have such goals, your life is not going to end well. But I can tell you, people come to us for advice because there are life choices or life circumstances that happen that way. Unless, I would say, you are exactly in this kind of life situation, you cannot really relate to why they want to seek advice regarding their personal finances. So what high income earners in this situation want is actionable advice, actionable guidance, and and a certain level of empathy from an advisor, rather than being judged about what they want to do or being told, they should not do a certain things. As advisor, we listen to you and we provide advice of how to do things better than what you are doing, or what are things you can ignore, what are the things you should not do, what are the things you should concentrate on, without any judgment. It's really based on the collective experiences and wisdom of advising other clients who are in similar life situations. And this kind of conversation or intention to seek advice, I would say, only takes place when you have achieved a certain level of financial security. If you are in the financial survival stage, it's impossible to think about this thing. You need to at least stabilize yourself financially first, and then you think about what is the next level up, which is again financial freedom and financial abundance. When you are at financial security and above, topics like life fulfillment as a human being by achieving a certain life aspirations, dreams or goals, then these kind of topics becomes important. Then you'll also talk about like sense of purpose for yourself, and your family. These kind of topics or thinking naturally comes up. Some parents, they decided that they were going to spend a lot for the children education, and people who are not in a similar situation might wonder why. Well, usually there are two reasons. Number one is no particular reason, but because they can, as simple as that, or because doing so gives them sense of fulfillment or sense of purpose. Remember, this money is just a tool, and once you have enough money, the goal is not to have more money without any purpose, but to have the kind of money that enable you to achieve a higher sense of purpose for yourself or other life aspirations and whatnot. Just like by having money but not having a sense of purpose or fulfillment, usually that is what people would call that this kind of feeling of miserable and even directionless.